does owe me money. Currently, he still owes me money. Yeah, that's a fact.
December 20th, 2017. What up? I manage Gervonta Tank Davis. We're looking to partner with you guys for the sake of mutual promotion. Hit me back. You can. Let's start conversations. Thanks, boss.
Yep.
Then I asked for your number. You gave it to me. And then from there, the interview happened.
$100 million. You could say, get the f out of my face. When it was just us back in the day, what you mean I'm off? How you think I'm off? What I'm doing wrong? It's a lot more one-to-one and personable as opposed to saying you're dismissed.
It's a lot more one-on-one and personable as opposed to saying you're dismissed. In the recent interview, entertainment marketer and Tank Davis' old friend Blake Griffith discusses a fallout with Gervonta Tank Davis over an alleged $80,000 debt. Griffith confirms that Davis still owes him money, explaining that his monthly expenses were around $20,000 at the time.
Well, at that point in time, my bills probably were about $20,000 a month. And throughout the negotiation period, when he was just about to get that Amazon deal, he looked around and said, I'm buttoning up all aspects of my business. It's a lot of money coming to the forefront. I think the deal was maybe 7 fights or something along those lines. Don't quote me on that, but I know it was an Amazon deal. And he had put the videographers that travel with us every single day, 2 of those guys on payroll. He got everything situated with his brother, because throughout the decade almost a decade that we ran together, just building everything up to this Amazon deal, we had no real structure. We were kind of figuring this thing out on our own. It was us.
Blake recounts that around the time Davis was finalizing an Amazon deal reportedly covering several fights, Davis began restructuring his business, putting longtime videographers on payroll, and formalizing arrangements with his brother after nearly a decade of the two operating without much formal structure. Griffith says he spent 4 months developing a merchandise line for Davis without pay, was told a contract was coming, and then it never did, leaving him stuck covering months of bills on his own.
He allegedly owes you money.
Oh yeah, back to that. So when we go through the process
on December 27th, 2022, boxing star Gervonta Tank Davis was arrested in Parkland, Florida, following a frantic 911 call reporting a domestic incident. According to reports, the woman, the mother of his daughter, could be heard telling dispatchers that she had a baby in the car and that Davis had attacked her, saying, "He's going to kill me."
Interfere with him. I'm at my house. Okay,
I'll ask you. Gotta ask you. Who was in the car?
This is my car. She took my car.
Who's she to you?
We'll just be right here. My child mother.
Oh, okay. All right. Does she have any weapons?
No.
All right. Just put down your phone for now.
An officer then tells Davis that the woman said he hit her and jumped on top of her, which Davis doesn't directly confirm or deny at the moment. Officers describe an injury to the woman's lip and head, telling Davis it appears consistent with being struck. As the conversation goes on, an officer tells Davis is being evasive and not giving straight answers.
And I don't want her to
She's trying to leave?
Yeah, she's trying to. But I got a driver to be able to take her wherever she want to go.
It works. All right. Who else is in the house?
No, for sure.
Who you live with?
Oh, my daughter and my other daughter.
How old is she?
4.
What?
She 4. I don't want people to see.
Does the baby live with you or with her?
Well,
And you don't know where your baby lives?
I'm trying to make this about.
I'm trying to find out what happened.
Okay, wasn't you just talking to her? Can she provide all them information to you?
Well, let me ask you this. I was just talking to her. What if she told me that you beat the out of her and you jumped on top of her and started punching her in the face? Should I just go ahead and take that?
Okay, but don't you know?
It's your side of the story. Give your side.
You just talking to her though. What the information that she gave you? Can't she?
After learning a 4-year-old was in the home during the alleged incident, officers say Davis will be taken into custody and he is handcuffed and arrested on a domestic battery charge. The video's captioning identifies a man as Gervonta Tank Davis and states he was booked and released the same day after posting Bo.
Great answers. I asked you to bring me your driver's license, you bring me out a passport. You know, I mean, I asked to see your daughter. You said no, I don't want her to see the police.
I showed you.
You did, but I wanted to see her, and now I'm gonna have to talk to her because she said that when you hit her, it was in front of her, the baby, the 4-year-old. You're gonna go to jail. Wow.
Turn around.
For battery.
Turn around.
Violence.
Put your hands behind your back.
You got handcuffs.
Hey, the little one inside.
You don't gotta ask me, bro.
Well, we need to make sure she's with somebody.
She's okay. She's with somebody.
A separate and unrelated case stems from an alleged incident in which Gervonta Davis was caught on camera playing Peacemaker rather than participant. According to TMZ, Davis was leaving Vliv Dallas, a strip club he'd been visiting with fellow boxer Adrian Broner, when he noticed a fight break out between two other men. He ran over and dove into the middle of the altercation.
When I live, take it.
Look at Jay Prince, zoom in.
I can't see nothing.
Dave jumped out. That's a nigga that just fought, Gorilla.
Gervonta tanked Davis by his ex-girlfriend. According to the report, the lawsuit filed in Miami-Dade County alleges that Davis engaged in assault, kidnapping, and choking against her at her workplace, Tootsie's Gentlemen's Club. According to the complaint, the incident described took place in the early hours of October 27th. The filing alleges that Davis dragged her through club before continuing into a parking garage on the premises. The lawsuit frames this as part of a broader pattern of physical mistreatment alleged to have occurred at her workplace, Tootsie's Gentlemen's Club. As with the rest of the complaint, these are allegations made in a civil filing and have not been proven in court.
Lawsuit filed in Miami-Dade County accuses world champion fighter of violently attacking, choking, and kidnapping his ex-girlfriend, Courtney, in a shocking incident at her workplace. The lawsuit, filed by Richard C. Wolf of Wolf Law Miami and Jeff blah blah blah, lays out disturbing claims of aggravated battery, false imprisonment, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. According to
Tank is looking for bigger paychecks for a fight with Pacquiao. Greg Hackett was careful to acknowledge that Pacquiao remains a world-class athlete, someone whose skill and legacy speak for themselves even at this stage of his career. That said, he didn't shy away from voicing genuine worry, explaining that the combination of the age gap and the physical differences at play could put Pacquiao at real risk of significant harm if he actually steps into the ring for this fight, regardless of how much talent he still has left.
In the early hours, October 27th, dang, that was like a couple days ago. Hold on. Because it's almost Halloween. So this is fresh. Tank Davis stormed into Tootsie's, the Miami Gentlemen's Club, where she worked as a VIP cocktail waitress, and attacked inside of the VIP lounge. The suit says Gervonta grabbed and dragged her through a stairwell, the kitchen, and the back exit before eating her in a parking garage, striking her in the back of the head while she was.
Hackett touched on a broader shift they've noticed in the sport, pointing out that younger fighters today often talk about retiring by age 32. In their view, that mindset makes it genuinely harder to organize the kind of major legacy-defining fights that used to define careers, since fighters aren't sticking around long enough to build toward those moments the way previous generations did.
Bro, Pacquiao's 74 years old, bro. Leave him alone. Pacquiao's 74.
But will it sell?
It's gonna sell because it's Pacquiao. But it's not Pacquiao. So it's like Pac. Like you just fighting Pac now. Yeah.
So it's not Pac-Man? It's not Pacquiao.
Yeah, fighting Pac, and he gonna get turned into a Pac. Because imagine if Tank go out there and have a hard time with Pacquiao, which could possibly happen. Pacquiao is a world-class athlete, you know what I'm saying? Strong guy, fast guy. He know what hard work look like. So imagine Tank Davis go out there and struggle with Pacquiao, which could possibly happen because Pacquiao throw awkward punches. He fast himself. He's not as fast.
So, shifting from the legal turmoil to his mindset in the ring, Tank Davis has spoken about how his upbringing in Baltimore shaped the way he sees his own career. Coming from a city with a rich boxing tradition and a reputation for producing tough, resilient fighters, Davis has suggested that his journey from those roots to becoming one of the sport's biggest draws is part of what makes him feel like he's already cemented his status as a legend regardless of what's still ahead of him.
He awkward. He throws punches backwards. You know what I'm saying? He could hurt you. So imagine something bad happen. You. Come on, bro. It's too many fights that can get made, bro. Come on, man. Pacquiao. I get it though. The money matters. All right. That's all people worry about. The people. But Pacquiao, bro.
I think he at a point where he's just looking for the biggest heist for the least amount of risk. And especially with the way he be talking about like retirement and mentally, it makes sense though.
Here's something I want you to pay attention to though, Mil. But do you see that that's happening at a younger age for these guys? And
yes.
And it's harder to make the fights. You notice that?
Yes.
Turning to how he sees his peers, Tank Davis addresses fighters like Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney directly. According to the segment, he keeps his focus on his own performance rather than getting caught up in outside noise and suggests he doesn't feel obligated to prove himself to rivals he doesn't see as being on his level.
People don't understand that when I say like I feel like I'm a legend already just off of where I come from and what I had to go through to get here. I feel like I'm just like if they was to put me like in a what's the shit that we saying like Hall of Fame? Yeah. I feel as though that's cool, but I feel as though like I'm already like, you know, I'm already solidified type shit.
Yeah, like where we come from, like these opportunities don't even happen.
Yeah,
you're gonna try and when it do happen, like to be honest, bro, a lot of us shit the bed. Yeah. A lot of times opportunities happen like because we come from these environments where it wasn't no real like structure, it wasn't no real.
Meanwhile, Errol Spence Jr. and Gervonta Tank Davis have long shared the same orbit in boxing, both built into stars under Al Heyman's Premier Boxing Champions banner, which has kept their careers loosely intertwined for years. Spence has weighed in on Davis' fights before, including offering his read on a potential matchup between Devin Haney and Tank Davis. Spence didn't hesitate. He called it a great fight, a comment that carries extra weight coming from a fighter who shared the same promotional stage as Davis and has watched his rise up close.
Shakur, right? Mm-hmm. Like he looked like he got skill, right? But to be honest, I'm gonna be real. I ain't see him fight nobody that's like.
That's amateur shit. Come on, bro. When that heat coming back at you, them niggas like, you can see it.
Yeah,
you can see it. They ain't really these niggas just talking that way. And there's always, oh, he can be this, he can be the next. Nigga, prove yourself. You still haven't proved yourself. When someone was in front of you that can crack a little bit, he ran the whole fight.
Yeah, we seen T.O. fight some niggas, but is that even?
Yeah, I mean, T.O. he definitely fought.
Blue has spent years breaking down the business side of boxing, watching how purse negotiations can make or break a fight before either boxer steps in the ring. Now, as this bout hangs in the balance, he believes a reported counteroffer of $15 million guaranteed purse for both fighters, reportedly backed by groups including the Saudi Arabian Boxing Committee. For Tank Davis, this isn't just a payday. It's proof of how much leverage is built in a fight the whole sport want to see.
Versus a Tank of the potential fight. What do you think of those two fights at the moment? Say Broly and T.O. and then possibly Haney and Tank.
I feel like Broly and T.O. That's a good fight. And Haney and Tank, that's a great fight too.
On the negotiation dispute, Boxing Pro Blue walked through what allegedly derailed talks between Tank Davis and Bill Haney, framing it as a latest example of how quickly boxing negotiations can collapse once the money side of things gets involved. According to the account, Tank Davis was pushing for terms that heavily favored his own side without the financial security a guaranteed purse would normally provide. That imbalance ultimately proved to be a deal-breaker, with Bill Haney rejecting the offer outright and bringing the negotiation to a halt before it could move any further.
The social media called out Devin Haney, said, "I'm fighting Big Nose." Then he had his team, Al Heyman, reach out to father, trainer, and manager, CEO of DHP, Devin Haney Promotions, Bill Haney, and start negotiating the fight. Only to get down to it where Tank Davis is trying to do a 70-30 split in favor of himself with no guaranteed purse and no promise of what the fight is actually going to make.
Adding on, Blue breaks down what Tank Davis' recent choices say about his approach to the sport. Now, as speculation builds over who he'll face next, the host is convinced that Davis is deliberately steering clear of high-stakes fights against top-tier opponents like Haney, Shakur Stevenson, or Keishan Davis. He argues that Tank is choosing the path of least resistance instead of testing himself against the sport's toughest names. This isn't just a scheduling decision. It's a question that could define his legacy.
Of the Saudi Arabia group, His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh, and Zuffa Boxing, and Dana White, they made a better offer. $15 million guaranteed up front for both guys. 55-45 split in favor of Gervonta Tank Davis, which is going to see him make the most money he's ever made in his career. And Gervonta Tank Davis says, the old man, referring to Premier Boxing Champion founder and advisor Al Heyman, spoke to the old man, "My deal is my deal. Take it or leave it."
Shifting to the negotiations from the Haney camp side, Bill Haney makes it clear where Tank Davis stands on his son's radar. At the very top, he identifies Davis as a #1 priority among Devin's potential opponents, ahead of anyone else being discussed in the division. It's a statement that signals this isn't just one option among many for the Haney camp.
$15 million and a 55-45 split, which, why would you count Devin Haney pockets? You getting ready to get a massive payday. And then Tank responds and says, "You see, he's scared. He don't want to fight me." No, you're the one that don't want to fight. Never have. It's absolutely silly. It's silly. But I told you, I highly doubted that that fight was going to take place anyway. Tank Davis don't want to fight Devin Haney. He don't want to fight Keyshawn. He don't want to fight Shakur. He don't want to fight any of those guys. He wants the path of least resistance that will pay the most.
At the end of the day, between mounting financial pressure and ongoing legal battles, Tank Davis finds himself navigating one of the most uncertain stretches of his career outside the ring. Whether that pressure pushes him back toward a big money fight sooner than expected or complicates his plans even further remains to be seen. What do you think is next for Tank Davis? A return to the ring to settle his debts or more turmoil before anything gets resolved? Let us know your take below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a breakdown.
List, Tank Davis, he sets at probably the #1. I mean, we've been had back and forth. I think that when you talk about him fighting a Jake Paul, if that was realistic, there's no realistic weight that Jake Paul could have ever come down to Devin's walk-around weight. So I consider this as real. Me and Al have had discussions. That's made it even more real.